Alright, ladies, practice time is now complete. Make sure your machines are reset back to first ball. Press the start play on your touchpad. Wish you good luck. Good scores.
Okay, everybody. With that, welcome in 2025 Ebonite Winter Classic Cashers Round. My name is Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling. I'll be bringing you the coverage all day today here, as we'll crown a champion later this afternoon, probably around just after 4 o'clock today. The Ebonite Winter Classic would not be possible without some great sponsors. I'd like to thank Ebonite, our title sponsor. If you're considering a new bowling ball, check out Ebonite or the Brunswick family brands. They have 7 brands within their family: Brunswick, Radical, Deviate, Columbia 300, Hammer, Ebonite, and Track. Also would like to thank our friends over at the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau for their continued support of scratch bowling here in Waterloo. Also like to thank Kwik Star and Kwik Trip convenience marts up here in this area. Make sure when you're coming to and fro or through the town, you see Kwik Star and Kwik Trip, you check them out. Get your gas there, any snacks you may need, great place to go, great facilities. Also want to thank our friend Brandon Steen from the Steen team. Mortgage and realty, that's his specialty. Make sure you check him out. Also want to thank I Am Bowling, our official jersey supplier. If you'd like to pick up a jersey and save over at iambowling.com, you can save 25% with coupon code GIBA. I'd like to thank the Hampton Inn for being our host hotel and the other place over on Ridgeway restaurant up here in Waterloo, also a great sponsor. The oil pattern has been the talk of the tournament because players are accustomed to coming to Iowa and it being most of the time a bit of a grind. And even though it's a 3-to-1 ratio, and I'll pop it up on the screen right now, it's been pretty high scoring at 3-to-1. And that just is a testament to the field that we have here and how great the bowlers are. You see that it's 26 milliliters of oil, 19 on the way down, but the 8.6 on the way back really builds up the middles and creates a little bit of misroom to the left, especially if you got your angles going left to right for a right-hander or right to left. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, right to left for a right-hander, left to right for a left-hander. So we saw high scores yesterday. Our tournament leader right now is Spencer Robarge, who is 406 over for 7 games. And we talked about it yesterday at length, just how good Spencer was probably going to bowl last night. 406 divided by 7 is a 258 average. Not too terribly far behind is Kevin Magnuson at plus 371. Then Garrett Meadows is at plus 323. Ryan Venom is plus 319. So if the tournament were to stop right now, they would be the top 4 for our stepladder. Other players making it into the modified bracket to determine who will be the 5th seed would be Kyle Rosenberg in 5th at 294, Cameron Crowe in 6th at 288, Ryan Julian in 7th at 287, Blake Walsh in 8th at plus 280, Mike Yaw and Jason Miner both sit at plus 278. That would be your top 10. So at 278 over, that's a 239.71 average to make it into the top 10 after yesterday. Very high scoring. 68 players advanced. 68 players cashed, 64 advanced. 1 and 3 made it to today after yesterday's 3 rounds of qualifying, all archived here on our YouTube channel. And it took plus 139 to make the cut. 139. And it was really bunched up there. There were some players that thought they had enough number after they got done bowling yesterday, but that number came in a bit higher than we anticipated. Also cashing was Braxton Coble at plus 138, Alexis Runk in 66 at plus 137, Brittany Smith at plus 136, and Ben Sobel at plus 134. And some pretty good players didn't make it into the top 64 that we normally see up there. So all of the standings and all the information can be found on a Google Drive. And I'm going to put that link at the top of the chat right now called Event Info. And it is now being pinned to the top of your chat room. So you now have that information. As we take a look at what's going on the lanes in front of us, we're looking at lanes 19 and 20, lanes 21 and 22. And on lanes 19 and 20, we have Troy Fuller, Connor Slater, McPherson, Emmanuel. I knew that. Get that on here. So Emmanuel McPherson, and then on 21 and 22 we have Kevin Magnuson, Spencer Robarge, Garrett Meadows, and Ryan Venom. Those are our tournament leaders. Bottom left of your, or bottom right of your screen on lanes 17 and 18, you got Lucas Herzerud, Trenton Holtz, Zach Andreessen, and Carson Reed. And then over on 15 and 16, we've got Thomas Cutsforth, Jace Meyer, Eric Kent, and Jason Mesher. Eric Kent bowled 230, 280 to finish out his block last night and jump inside the number. It's a really nice finish from Eric. So there you have it. We got our leaders here on the right side of your screen. And the players have 6 games to try to get inside the top 10 for our modified stepladder later today. I want to thank everybody for checking in on our chat room. Hello to Jason, Cam. I guess Cam Crow's in the chat, and he's bowling. Huh. And it's no secret that urethane on the left side of the lane in particular has bowed very well this weekend. A lot of good lefties in the field, no question. Over on the event information tab that I pinned at the top of the link, you've got all squads, all A-B combined. You got all these different numbers in here. Tournament information has the oil pattern, past winners. This is the 27th edition of this event. A lot of, we got some Kyle Rosenberg fans here in the house. These 6 games should go by pretty quick here today, which is what happens when it's a little bit higher scoring. Which for the guy that streams all day and has a drive tonight, I kind of like it. But it's fair for everybody. That's the best part about it. Even though the lefties kind of got a little bit of a nugget here. So I'm pulling for the right-handed bowlers today. Down with the left. Just kidding. I put Nick Crummell on the thumbnail because I go over the list on about Tuesday, and he was on the list to bowl, and of course he doesn't bowl. So that's the second time I've done a thumbnail with the wrong bowler on there. Hope Nick's doing well and had a good weekend, whatever he was doing. I want to give a shout out to my homies. And I'm sure you guys are like, homies? Who's Mike's homies? Joe Engelkiss, Rosie Engelkiss, Jennifer Wittenberg. I gotta give a shout out to Greg as well, even though he's like MIA. But, man, I've been coming up here for a while now. And I keep coming here because of them. I mean, the bowlers, too, and the proprietor is great and all that stuff. But I come here because of them. And they put up with me. They put up with me every year, twice a year actually. We spend 2 weekends a year together. You know what? It's a good point. I need to think about this for a second. How much time have I spent of my life with Joe, Rosie, and Jennifer in a Waterloo bowling center? All right, so this is the 27th one of these, and I think I've missed 5. So 22. Let's go with 22 of these. And let's just say it's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 66 days. So we have 2 months. 2 months of our lives. Let me think about that. Let me think about that for a second. Let's do the math, since we're all into math. Let's figure this out. So, I've been alive 45 years, plus October, November, December, January, February. 5 more months on top of that. So if we take 12 times 45 plus another 5 months. All right, I've been alive 545 months. So 2 of those months have been spent streaming this bowling tournament. So what is 2 divided by 545? I have spent 0.003%. So basically a third of 1% of my life streaming these bowling tournaments. That's kind of crazy to think about. And then if you really want to get in the weeds, how many days have I spent streaming? What percentage have I been in a bowling center my entire life streaming bowling tournaments? And then how many days have Joe and Rosie and Jennifer sent in running Greater Iowa bowling tournaments? It's pretty wild. Not complaining or anything. It's just interesting when you put it in perspective like that. And then if you go from there, if anybody in my family, when I'm long and gone, would like to relive some moments with Uncle Mike or Brother Mike or whatever, whoever I am to whatever I am in my family, they could legitimately listen to me for probably like 7 or 8 months straight on this YouTube channel. That's crazy too. I will tell you, this is kind of nuts here. We got these tournament leaders over here. And what's going on with them, right? I mean, these guys were all averaging 240, 250 yesterday. And the best Spencer can do is 246 out of the gate. That's like way under average. Kevin here can bowl 246. Garrett Meadows, 238. Ryan Venom can bowl 257. So, I mean, 230s, 240s, 250s, still okay. By the way, Cam Crow, front 8. And I invite you to join us later for the stepladder. There's going to be some fireworks. There's going to be some scores later today. We're going to have maybe the most exciting stepladder we've ever had in the winter and fall classics in the history of this tournament. We're going to have, I guarantee you one of the matches is going to be at least 2 scores over 250. It should be wild today. Absolutely wild. We Iowa folks put up with anyone respectful. I want to thank Eric Liddick for spending time with me in the booth last night. It's always a joy to have him in here. He's just a wealth of knowledge up here in Iowa. Of course, the coach of St. Ambrose. Love me some Eric. Yeah, KP drummer. I covered that earlier on the Open when I was going over the players. He was 406 over, 406 divided by 7 games, 258. Well, I appreciate that, Jeff. I try to be. I try to have fun. I try to enjoy what we do here. Showcase these bowlers. We have a lot of single pin misses. I know you guys were kind of calling that out a little while ago, but just on lanes 19 and 20, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Even on our leaders pair, we got another one. So we got 6 just up on the board right here. Keaton Ostrowski and Robert Vader both have the front 9, but looks like Robert has the front 10 now. That's on 29 and 30. Thank you, Jennifer. Here comes the scores. Cam Crow went 9 out in the 9th, by the way. What's going on with the 9 outs today? Bobby Habetler has the front 9. Everybody woke up with their striking shoes on today. I'm telling you guys, later today, this stuff's going to be nuts. These scores later today, and the step ladders. And it's still a 3-to-1 ratio. This is not a house shot. So Robert Vader missed bowl 288. Ostrowski also missed in bowl 289. I'm over on Lane Talk. I can't tell who the names are here, but I see 278. I see max of 260 going in 10th frame. Bobby Hebetler has the front 11 now. I'll give you the radio call on that. $300 for Bobby Hebetler. $279 on lane 11 for letter A. Doug Farley, $279. It's a lot of scores. What's up? Good. Mike Peck coming by, saying what's up. Can anyone bowl in this tournament? Yeah, anybody can bowl. Yeah, I would say the opposite, Mark. I definitely didn't lock them out. If anything, they were able to play their A game. Zach Andreessen's going to bowl 269 on the bottom right of your screen. Mesher has open 7-bagger. Best Garrett can do is 217. Spencer's looking at a little 225 here. If I look at the standings, let's try to figure out what that 300 game did for Bobby Hebetler. He was 185 over. Now he's 285 over. Which, if this game didn't exist and you just added 100 to his score, that would put him 8th. So he's moving up. I would say he's probably in the top 15 after this first game. And again, he was in 41st. That's my guess. I mean, the scores are high, so I could be a little off. I'm going to guess he's going to land around 15th. So Magnuson looking to get in the 220s as well. Ryan Venom also in the 220s. So our leaders not loving lanes 21 and 22. Combined average of in the low 220s here. So 216, 224, 226, 226. For our leaders next door, that 264 game. Will bode well for Troy Fuller. We'll invert our stream. Fishing out over here. 229 with a 7-bagger. 228 with a 7-bagger. And that's it for game number 1. All finitoed. Bobby Butler, our 300 hot hand here, coming over. See him there with the glasses. All right, here we go. We got Carter Westcott for you here, letter B. Letter A there is Bobby Hebetler. Tommy Burns, letter C. Ryan Powers, letter D. Over on the right-hand side of your screen, we got Doug Farley as letter A. Raiden Nakagawa is letter B. Kenny Calkins, the third, is letter D. And Gannon Williams is letter C. Again, if you're just tuning in, Bobby Hebetler bowled 300 the first game. He's letter A. On the left-hand side of your screen, he has opened up with a strike, so he now has 13 in a row and still has 900 left. I've never seen one of those on the live stream. Maybe Bobby will bowl 900 today to start the day. Bottom right of your screen, we have Adam Morse with Isaac Goodman, Matt Hibbard, and Justine Brookover. And then on the right side there on the bottom right, Thomas Cutsforth, Jace Meyer, Eric Kent, and Jason Mesher. So this will be fun watching Bobby and see just how many strikes he can get in a row.
Yeah.
There's another one. So no black cloud right now for me. That was the moment. That was the cloud. I really set that up well. So he now has 14 in a row. It was funny last night. Bobby, as I was getting ready to leave, asked me if I was going to pick on him today on the stream. And I said, I don't know, man. I'm kind of chill this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to give you a hard time or not. And he said, well, you certainly can. And I said, okay. But how can you give a guy a hard time when he's 14 for 14 to start the day, moving pairs? I don't think I can. Not at this moment.
Starting 9 with strikeout for 6.
How many strikes can Bobby Hebetler get going here? He now has started with the first 15 today. When you get to 18, you can really start thinking about it. You're halfway home to 900. Oh, boy. Here comes Bobby.
Did you like that chair?
He just gave me the look. He just gave me the look. A little wink. You know, if bowlers were singers, Bobby would be a crooner.
Yeah, I know. I was asking him, like, I was like, I see him on league. I see you guys on league, and I was like, why aren't you bowling? He's like, he had to work. So I was like, okay.
All right, I've got standings now. Spencer Robards is at 2030 is his pinfall total. Kevin Magnuson is at 1997. Cam Crow is at 1955. Jason Miner is at 1945 along with Ryan Venom. Garrett Meadows is at 1939. Robert Vader's at 1931. Keaton Ostrowski is at 1925. Blake Walsh is at 1923. Kyle Rosenberg's at 1920.
Like the same job, like consistently, it's like, because the position's still there. Hello.
Yeah. Like I applied the syntax again last night. Yes.
All the hype is over also, by the way. I buried the lead.
I will apply the shit out of syntax.
It's true. That's how you can get very.
I missed the 2, 4, 8, 10. I was looking at the wrong score. So don't worry about me, folks. I was only looking at 4 different screens. Sorry about that. Never mind. Never mind.
Well,
Maybe we can give him a do-over.
desperate times, I guess. Jeez Louise.
So Bobby started with the first 14, then opened, then struck. I still think he's a crooner, though. How did I miss that? Man. Must have been looking at letter B. Oh no, 7-9. Let's go ahead. I'll get that queued up for a replay here. Let's take a look at that after Bobby throws this shot here. Well, we're going to pretend like he's on the front 16. How about that? We'll just pretend. Check out this 7-9. Yikes. Anyway, back to the scores. I think I was on Rosenberg, 1920. Chris Hill at 1917. Ryan Julian at 1912. Kendrick Siders at 1911. Ray Wiegand at 1904. Those are all 1900 or more over. So, I mean, it's really bunched up. Bobby Hebetler got to 1885. I said he'd be about 15th. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15th is 1891, actually. 16, 17, 8. He's 18th. He went from 45th to 18th in one game, bowling 300. Those scores should be available up above. In your chat room, there's the event information tab right there. Well, Bobby's still got 264 left this game, so he could go 300, 264, and then 300 the next game. That'd be 864. Let's go with that. Also, everybody, one thing I haven't mentioned yet, nice little bucket crumbler there, is if you're looking to pick up some merch, bowling merch, all the brands, we got all the major brands represented over at InsideBowling.com. Plus, we got some cool, funny retro novelty T-shirts as well. Hoodies, performance hoodies, dry fit hoodies, hats now. We got some really cool bowling hats. Polos. Check it out over at InsideBowling.com. You can save 15% with coupon code YouTube. We also sell balls, bags, shoes, everything. Ship out same day, Monday through Friday. Ship it all out same day. And this weekend, we're actually running a little sales skis here on our polos, actually. $29 for the polos this weekend. Take a quick look here. You can pick up any brand you want over at InsideBowling.com. $29 polos. Pick them up. $7.10 for Raiden. That's no fun. Lanes look like they might be playing a touch tighter today. We're seeing a lot more 10 pins. 7 pins. Leaders didn't bomb them. Nobody had 260 or 250 or 240 even on the leaders pair. No, I'm not shipping to France right now. I really wish I could, but it's just the international shipping right now is really difficult. I probably need to look into that a little bit more. It's just all the shipping rates internationally. Like, when I did do some shipping internationally, there were several items that I lost money on because the shipping just wasn't set up properly. It just costs so much to send it over there to France. And I hate it that you have to pay that much more for the products. That was a little inside of target, but Bobby with another strike. Man, I was trying to will this into existence, even with trying to ignore his split. What's Mike Peck's total pinfall, if you don't mind me asking? It should be on that link at the top of the chat, but I'll look it up here for you. 1880. Bowled 259 the first game to start the day today. This tournament is taking place in Waterloo, Iowa at Cadillac XBC. Looks like overall scores are coming down a little bit here in this game. I'm looking around at max scores over on Lane Talk. Max scores overall coming down a bit. Still some 270s and 280s left out there. Well, one 280 that I see. Halfway through the game. Eric Littig is in the house. He's down watching some bowlers bowling out on the high end right now.
Exactly.
She literally thought you were mean-loving the phone.
That's just how I look. I know, right? It's like, I just don't smile. Right? Like, how do you, like, hey, just for the record, I just look like this. I'm not mad. I don't even know you. It's a struggle. I feel your pain.
We're welcoming all 435 viewers this morning watching our coverage here in the Cashers round. Our stepladder should begin around 12:30.
I'm gonna just say that all day. Me too. Yeah, I have the Hampton 6 a.m. So it'll be worth it. What? Thanks.
So we got 264 for Bobby. That one miss that I didn't want to count. Carter Westcott bowls 188.
So bad. I really should.
204 for Tommy Burns. Ryan Powers gets the 2.
You better take this nice.
Finishes with 213. Doug Farley 175. Gannon Williams 202. Raiden Nakagawa, the best he can do is 190. And getting ready to step up here is Kenny Calkins III. No surprise that he's made it. He's been a fixture up here in these events I've been calling for so many years. And you get to know the bowlers over time. You certainly do, as Kenny's getting ready to step up here on the right lane. And I understand he's got a fan club watching back home today. The fam's watching, and he came up to the booth a little while ago and said, hey, Mike, if you don't mind. Oh, we need him to carry the 4-pin, though, here, setting this up so beautifully. He's got a very special person watching at home today. And she knows who she is. Kenny's 1-year-old daughter, who he loves very much, Ava, is watching today at home. So Ava, this is a shout out, and Dad wants you to know that he loves you very much and really likes the fact that you're at home watching a little bowling today, watching them bowl out here in the 2025 Ebonite Winter Classic. So Ava, thanks for being a fan of bowling and a fan of your dad. And hopefully one day, down the road, maybe we'll see you in one of these events out here doing a little bowling. Maybe at home later today, you guys could set up, I don't know, some bottles or something and throw round objects at them. Get you started early. How about that? Your dad's going to bowl 195 here. No, he's not. How about 191? A little out the window, but Ava, Dad just wanted to give you a shout out and let you know that he loves you very much. So there you go.
Because I shot 3 of them last year. The first one I went 253 meter. The second one I went 199 300.
Good to see you.
I think the last one I went 190 193. I think my favorite one was
Let's go check in over here on these scores. Nothing crazy here. Scoring pace come down a bit here in this game. We are officially rolling into game 3.
Can you believe was it 110?
All right, we got some Jacob Schramm for you. Jackson Satterley, Tristan Albrecht, and Juan Aguirre. Then just to the right, Jonathan Shallow up on the lanes with Trent Mitchell, Jacob Bedard, and Keegan Alexander.
I'm not going to be over 220. I suck this year. Not good. I should have just taken the year off.
Bottom right of the screen, more Bobby Hebetler and company. That's not a very nice way to welcome him on lane 17 and 18. A little 710. Not very nice at all. '19 and 20 is kind of proven to be a little bit of a tricky pair in general. Maybe. I just got cold. I'm good. I still can't believe you guys can hear me all weekend when I forgot to bring the soundboard. But yeah, 19 and 20 has been kind of tricky this weekend. There's like a little bit of hang down lane for the right-handers. Bobby misses the head pin on this first shot. Here's Trent. Very bright today. Trent wearing a bright fluorescent green pullover. Keegan a little fooled by his ball reaction here this morning. Bobby has gone open strike. That was a good comeback shot there. Just about 10:30 here Central Time. Should be done just a little afternoon. Probably get fired up about 12:20 with our stepladder. I'll have that for you on a separate stream coming up today. I see you, sharing on Mike Peck. Yep, same pattern as yesterday, Robert. Looks like I might have scores on the way here. They're probably in the drive. Round 2. Yep, they're in there. Thank you. Robars is plus 451. He's only bowled 224, 221. Kevin Magnuson is plus 423. Cameron Crowe is plus 410. Garrett Meadows plus 396. Jason Miner's 5th at 377. Chris Hill is 6th at 375. 7th is Blake Walsh at 361. Ryan Julian is plus 358. Bobby Hebetler now up to 9th. He went from 45th all the way to 9th this morning, plus 349. Ryan Venom is 10th at 338. Kyle Rosenberg 11th, 331. Ray Weigand 330 and 12th. Robert Vader 13th at 329. Keaton Ostrowski is 14th at plus 319. Jerry Mars and Darren Bloomquist are both at 306 at 15th. 17th is Mike Peck at 303. 18th, Chad Nelson at 300. So right now to make it into the top 10 is 338. 300 over is 18th. Looking at scores here. Looking for the biggest scores. Tristan Albrecht had 268 game 2. Bobby had 264. Chris Hill had 258. Garrett Meadows had 257. Cameron Crowe had 255. Crowe goes 267, 255 to start. Let's see, any other massive scores? 257 for Trenton Holtz. 248 for Lucas Hersrud. Going further down the standings now, but those were your top games in game 2. Standings are posted at the top of the chat. Folks, I'm going to stretch my legs. I'll be right back. Well, I'm back, everybody, and Bobby is not going to bowl 800. 223 is his max with that 10 pin. But a great start for Bobby. Again, if you're just tuning in, Bobby bowled 300 the first game, then 264. And he can bowl 223 here, and he was in 45th. And has got himself all the way up to 9th. Looking around at the other scores here, Jacob Schramm can bowl 220 here on the fill. Tristan Albrecht can still bowl 257 here. Jackson Satterley can still bowl 217. And Juan Aguirre can bowl 214. Of course, just off to the right, Keegan can still bowl 248. Looks like Jacob Bedard can bowl 206. Jonathan Shallow can still bowl 231. And that leaves Trent Mitchell, who can still bowl 226. On Bobby's pair, again, he can bowl 223. Tommy Burns Jr., best he can do is 159. 171 left out there for Ryan Powers. And 247 left for Carter Westcott. And then on the pair to the right of them, letter C is Gannon Williams, can still bowl 159, 249. 230 left out there for Kenny Calkins III. And Doug Farley can still bowl 247. And 247 as well for Raiden Nakagawa. So that bottom right pair, pretty decent scores. We also had 279 over on 13 and 14. Let's see, letter B over there. That was Bloomquist, I believe, had 279. Oh, Victor Cortez, 279. Okay. Bloomquist is a pair to the left, it looks like. So, yeah, Victor Cortez, letter A over there. Yeah, that's it. Bloomquist was letter B. I had him backwards. Kenny Bowles 227 to finish things out, bottom right of your screen. Coming over here in this game, we've got the two-time PBA champ, none other than Bud Kroll. Bowling with Peyton Nabik, Jason Lesefko, and Benji Martinez. Coming over to the pair where Trent's just finishing out right now. We'll have Dave Barris, Mike Peck, Dave Dentlinger, and Brady Stearns. And we got Bloomquist, Cortez Jr., Jerry Mars, and Nathan Michalowski on 19 and 20. 21-2, we'll have Juan Aguirre, Trishan Albrecht, Jackson Satterley, and Jacob Schramm. And this is officially now game 4. 3 to go. Again, we got 64 of the best players from the weekend out there competing on the lanes across 32 of the lanes here. Using lanes 3 through 34. And we're looking to cut to the top 10. Top 4 will automatically be seated into the stepladder. 5th through 10th will all be in a bracket. That's how our day shakes out. There's a coupon code for I Am Bowling, which is GIBA, which gives you 25% off over at I Am Bowling for jerseys. And that's good year-round. Over on our Inside Bowling website, where we specialize in hoodies and T-shirts, and that coupon code is YouTube. We've also got performance polos on sale for $29 this weekend. So that takes care of that. I'd like to thank everybody that's been doing some shopping on our website. Just saw a couple orders come in. Thank you so much. My boy Dave Dentlinger, he's out there wearing some IB merch today. I'm going to go ahead and invert our stream here. Got some Mike Peck fans out there. We got the front 8 for 2 bowlers over here on 15 and 16. Dave Barris, who's won this event twice, is also over here. Got an update on the top 10 at the moment. An update like how did they do the last game? I'll have that in just a moment. Nice 2-4-10 conversion there for Cortez Jr. The top 10 going into the last game were Robarge, Magnuson, Crow, Meadows, Minor, Hill, Walsh, Julian, Habetler, and Venom. Boog and Benji right now. Team 9-bagger. Till I said something. Jeez. That's why I just sit here and just stay quiet. Any guess on how many two-handers are left? No. 24. It's a complete guess. Jerry Mars unable to get that 10 out. The Boogeyman looking for the front 6. Gets it. Let's see what kind of path Kroll has here. I'm seeing Boog in, after 2 games, he bowled 224, 215. He was at 430, excuse me, he was at 2067. And 10th was 2138. So he's about 80 back. Brady Stearns there, 233, 236 to start the day, his first 2. I'm going to refresh the round here. Should have game 3 scores pretty quickly. Hey IB, how about lightweight performance quarter zip pullovers? Yeah, we could probably do that. Jimmy, Benji made the switch over to SPI at the beginning of the year. He was with the Brunswick Brands. Boog now with 7 in a row. These 2 pairs over here, 15, 16, 17, and 18, have been pretty high scoring. '19 and 20 on the right, not so much. 21, 22, pretty good pair as well. Yeah, I know. I'm cold. It's cold here by the door. I'm not bowling. Right here, it feels cold. Dillinger give me a hard time. Any plans to bring back the IB Open in St. Louis? Not really. I don't have a weekend to put it on. The tournament schedule is just so busy all the time. Thank you. I have scores after 3 now. It should be updated online as well. Yep. Robars is at 465. Cameron Crow's at 463. Kevin Magnuson's at 449. So Robars only bowls 224, 221, 214 to start the day. Cam bowls 775 and closes to within 2. Kevin Magnuson is at, as I mentioned, 449. Blake Walsh up to 418. Blake bowled 738 to start the day. Ryan Julian is next at plus 403. He bowled 716 to start. Chris Hill with a little 752 to start. He sits 6th at plus 400. 7th is Garrett Meadows at 398. Jason Miner 8th at 389, along with Kyle Rosenberg. And 10th is Bobby Hebetler at 371. Then it goes 354 with Ostrowski, 350 with Venom, Jerry Mars at 339, Benji Martinez at 338, Siders at 337, Robert Vader 16th at 334. Scores all overall lower in game 3. We did have 257 from Blake Walsh, 245 from Ryan Julian, 258 from Kyle Rosenberg. Benji Martinez had 259, Kendrick Siders 256, Tristan Albrecht 257. Dellinger had 244, Pollock 249. Victor Cortez had that 279 game. It looks like he was high in the center. 269 from Jason Mesher, 258 from Hersrud. Those are your higher games. It's got a prize list put in front of me as well. $3,000 for first, $2,300 for second, $1,800 for third, $1,400 for fourth, $1,200 for fifth, $1,000 for sixth. $64th gets back $230. If you make it into the top 10, you're guaranteed $750. And the bet you win this week is worth $790. If you take 203 entries times $160, that's $32,480. The bowling center gets $50.75, and there's added money of $64.60, which brings us to a prize fund of $33,865. Very solid. Boog Kroll is in, he's plus 314. And currently right now, 10th is 371. So if he could pop 3 bills here, That would probably put him right at about 10th. So here's Bug Kroll, front 9. Finish out his last 3 games here, try to get inside the top 10. He's trying some new pitches this week, and he's got his B arsenal because his A arsenal's on the PBA truck in Reno. Looks pretty good to me. Still in the blue one. I think that's a GB5. It's uncharacteristic of Dave Barras to chop a spare like that.
Should have stayed home. I would have made the same amount of money.
Bug's a little bit deeper than he was yesterday. A little softer ball speed. That one was a little left, and he got away with it. It's a good sign. He's in the right part of the lane. Bug's one of those guys, too, that could just sneak in, maybe get a buy or two in the top 10. And then, whee! Strike, 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 strike. All afternoon. We've seen a lot of people not finish off 300s here this weekend. We've seen a couple 296s, 298. Let's see if Bud can finish this off here. $2.99 for Bud Kroll. Great game for the Boogeyman. Meanwhile, we got Benji can still bowl 233. And Jacob Lasefko can still bowl 279. We also got 269 left for Brady Stearns. Dentlinger can bowl 246. Dave Barris 214. And then 226 left for Mike Peck. Bloomquist on 19 and 20 is going to bowl 203. 196 also up on that pair. 234 was bowled by Jerry Mars. And then on the pair to the right there, best we can do is 212, 163 is done, 172, and 196. So pretty low scoring on the pair to the right on the bottom right. Dave bowls 223. Brady can still get to 269 here. Benji looking like he's going to be 223. With a strike here, he will be. Yep, got there. Brady got that one to read nice too. Dave's got one more ball here, then we'll roll into game number 5. We got 2 to go. And not much bowling going on around me. We'll have some new players come in. We're rolling to game 5, folks. I will be right back in just a couple of moments with game 5 and 6 right here on Inside Bowling at the 2025 Ebonite Winter Classic. All right, everybody, I'm back. Here comes all the lefties. We've got Lucas Finley. I see my boy Lucas here. Bowling with Chad Nelson, Ray Wiegand, and Chris Hill. And just off to the right, you've got Keaton Ostrowski, Robert Vader, Eric Pollock, and Dawson Peterson. Bottom right of your screen, you got the Benji Martinez pair again with Boog Kroll, Peyton Nabick, and Jacob Lasefko. Dave Barris, Mike Peck, Dave Gentlinger, and Brady Stern. So a lot of good bowlers here. Should see a lot of strikes in this game. Our viewership has gotten up to 503. I'll take a second to just introduce myself again. My name is Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling here on YouTube. I run a website called InsideBowling.com where we sell bowling balls, bags, shoes, accessories, all that kind of stuff. If you'd like to change your buying habits and pick some things up from us, we certainly would appreciate that. We do ship out same day. We got 5 distributors throughout the United States, all tied in with their inventory. And then in addition to that, we custom make apparel. And we have so many different designs available on our website. You can check that out. And, of course, on all the apparel, you can save 15% with coupon code YouTube. We're also running a $29 polo sale this weekend that you can also stack the coupon with. So make sure you check that out. We've also added some new bowling cards. We got some Leaf trading cards as well, individual packs available on there. And they're all one-of-one trading cards. Nice conversion from Benji, bottom right of your screen, 2410. And then we want to thank our sponsors here at this event, of course, the 2025 Ebonite Winter Classic. It all starts with Ebonite, our title sponsor. If you're looking for a new bowling ball, make sure you check out Ebonite.com. I want to thank the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau for always supporting this event. Of course, Brandon Steen at the Steen team, our friends over at Kwik Star and Kwik Trip, I Am Bowling, Hampton Inn, and the other place over on Ridgeway. We are in Game 5 of 6. It says that on the bottom right of your screen, and Boog Kroll and these folks here have just hit lanes 19 and 20, which is always tricky for the righties. It's just a really tricky pair. And we're seeing that. Boog just bowled 299, comes over here 248 on lane 20. If the pins and scoreboards are blurry on your end, it's because your whatever you're watching on is like 240p or 360p. Click the little gear icon and change it to 1080 or 720. Things should look a lot better. What's up, Mike Wormay? How you doing? 516 viewers. Most viewers we've had. Tournament's starting to heat up. People are interested. Again, we're going to have some pretty high scores here this afternoon. Some pretty exciting matches ahead of us. 2 games to go. Not a lot of games left here. And with the scoring pace, 500 is probably necessary for guys like Pollock, Finley to get in there. And that may not even be enough for the last 2. Again, I mentioned the prize fund. 64th is $230. Let's go to 30th is $330. Let's go to 20th, $480. Let's go to 16th, $560. 10th is $750. 11th is $700. It pays $3,000 up top, $2,300 for second, $1,800 for third, $1,400 for fourth, $1,200 for fifth, $1,000 for sixth. Nice weekend tournament here. Good prize money. Cut to the top 10. Top 4 get automatic seeds into the step ladder. They will sit and wait for a little while. All right, I've got standings after 4. See how tight this has got. Kevin Magnuson goes to the lead, plus 507. Cam Crow is second at 499. Spencer falls to third at 489. Fourth is Blake Walsh at 444. Fifth is Jason Miner at 422. Sixth is Kendrick Siders at 416. Seventh is now Bud Kroll at 413. Eighth is Ryan Julian at 403. Ninth is Bobby Hebetler at 400 over. And 10th is Chris Hill at 393. Then you got 11th is Kyle Rosenberg at 384. At 378, you got a tie with Venom and Meadows. 14th, Ostrowski at 367. Jacob Lesefko at 361 is 15th. Vaders at 357. Brady Stearns at 356. Eric Pollock at 355 along with Ray Wiegand. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that can still get to 10th at 393. And these pairs we're kind of watching right now, you know, who can bowl a big game. Chad Nelson has the front 5. When I look at this list, Chad Nelson currently at plus 297. He's going to need about, I don't know, 130, 140 over the last 2 to get there. Very possible. Game 4, highest scores, 258 from Magnuson, 279 from Kendrick Siders, 299 from Bud Kroll, 269 from Brady Stearns, 268 from Jacob Lesefko. Tyler Close had 268 that game. Gannon Williams had 266. Those are the highest games bowled in game 4. Bud Kroll with the highest one. Ostrowski coming. 14th right now at 367. Again, 393 is the number. Spare strike, spare 4-bagger. Dawson Peterson is plus 345. He's working on possible 279 here. So he's bringing the heat. Chad Nelson has missed, leaving the washout. Ostrowski knew off his hand that he chopped it. Knew it off his hand. Eric hasn't struck in 6 frames. Just seeing it early there. And Bud Kroll just found the hang over on 19. Definitely tightening up here. A lot of jockeying for position. Big games, lower games, pair to pair. What pairs will be used for the finals? 15 and 16, 17 and 18 is where we start. And then I believe we go to, I'll have to check with Joe, but I think we go 21 and 22, 23 and 24, 25 and 26, 23 and 24, 21 and 22, and then 19 and 20, I think. Something like that, some combination of that. Pollock striking out here for 208. Chad Nelson with the back-to-back open frames kind of stuns his little push here. Vader can bowl 238. Right now he's 16th at plus 357. Dave Barris can bowl 269. He was at 306. Dellinger can bowl 236. He's at 350 over. Bud Kroll can only bowl 192. Dawson Peterson finishes with 257, 237 for Vader, 206 for Pollock. Ostrowski is going to be in the 220s now. Chris Hill, best he can do is 193. 210 is left for Lucas Finley. Ray Wiegand, 224. And Chad Nelson can bowl 233. Let's invert the stream. Keep you guys updated on these scores over here. So Boog, the best he can do is 182. And Boog was in inside the top 10 going into that game. but hit this 19 and 20, rough pair. Benji, best he can do is 199. Peyton Nabick, bowled 190, and Jacob Lefesco is going to be in the 150s. Lefesco was 15th. Benji was 20th, and Boog was all the way up to 7th. Then next door we had Dave Barris, letter A, had 265. Mike Peck only had 177. Brady Stearns finishing up can bowl 236, and it was 236 for Dave Dentlinger. Right now 10th is plus 393, and that was Chris Hill. But Chris is going to be sub 200. Boog is sub 200 in 7th. Julian and Habitler are down the other end. So we're going to see some movement, a lot of movement here going into this last game. A lot of opportunities to go and take a spot. This 19 and 20 is tough. I'm going to go ahead and switch our graphic over to the Game 6 graphic. And I'm going to order a little food, actually, to be ready for the whole turnaround deal. And I'll be back with you here in just a couple of moments. What's up, Chuck? Thanks for being here. I'll be back in a moment. All right, everybody, made it back. Game 6. Got a little food ordered. I'm ready to go. Because this afternoon, I'm going to bring my A game on these matches. Bringing my A game. What's up, Cam? What's up, everybody? There's Ryan. The whole gang's here. Blake's here. Jeez. They're all down here just waving at me. I guess I could bring them on screen. Did you slow up or move right? Did you slow up or move right?
One right slowed up.
Okay. Here's Blake Walsh. I don't know the scores after the last game, of course, yet, but we'll have him shortly. He's all the way up to 4th. After 4. Blake can bowl. Blake is a good bowler. They shouldn't let the Australians bowl together, though. I'm just saying. It should be illegal. Putting that out there in the universe. Let me know. Who are you rooting for, everybody? I'm with you, JP. I'm with you on that. Oh, I've gotten so lazy as I've gotten older. Man. Less games. Some would say add a game. There used to be 8, I think. Hey, you know what? We can go to 8 game blocks if scoring pace is like this every time. Not a problem. Not a problem. We can make it happen. What did I order for lunch? I went off the grid. I went off the menu. Made it very complicated for them. Not that I'm bragging about this, but I am down about 16 pounds since January 1st, and I haven't exercised at all. It's been so cold outside. I've just kind of changed my eating a little bit. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just eating less, trying to make a little bit better choices, and it's paying off. So I ordered just a side of bacon and a salad. So there you go. That's what I'm having for lunch. Side of bacon and some salad. That ball read really early for Ryan right there. Saw Pollock's ball read that early as well. So we have, who all we having through here? Letter A is Rosenberg. Letter B is Cam. Letter C is Julian. Letter D is Walsh. To the left of them is going to be Kevin Magnuson, Spencer Robars, Garrett Meadows, and Ryan Venom. And they are just getting in here now. And then bottom right of your screen, you've got Mike Yaw, Jason Miner, Tyler Close, Kendrick Siders, Chad Nelson, Ray Wiegand, Lucas Finley, and Chris Hill. So that's what we have as we're coming down to it here. Baseball right around the corner. I get so pumped for baseball season, and then, yep. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Thank you. I get so pumped for baseball season, and I get so let down. Once we're about a month and a half into the season, it's just boring. Then the postseason is great.
Come on.
I want to share a little story with you guys. Jason Miner, who's over on 19 and 20, bottom right of your screen, who has the front 4, walked up to me and said, Mike, what's up with 19 and 20? Why are they so low scoring? And I said, well, the heads hook more and they're tighter down lane. I said, so you can do one of two things. You can either move right or you can just soften up your ball speed. He moved a little bit right and softened up his ball speed. He's got a 4-bagger. He's pumped up. And he looked at me and just gave me the old wink and a thank you. I'm going to start charging. No, I'm not, but I love it when bowlers ask me. I sit here and watch it the whole weekend. Uh-oh, Blake 2 8-10s. Munching on the bacon right now, as a matter of fact. Wow. Slid to 2 in front of the 10. Didn't come over and take out the 8. You know what? Cam Crow has never won this. It's kind of interesting. He won the 11th frame this year, or last year, I should say. Now you're making bacon. I love some bacon. Guys, give me 2 frames, and I'll be back to bring us home. Okay, everybody, we got scores after 5. They've been posted online here for a little bit as well. So we're cutting to the top 10. Currently right now we got 3 guys that are kind of out in front of everybody. And that's Kevin Magnuson, who we have right here on our screen here to finish things out. And he's plus 565. Robarge is plus 547 in second. Third is Cam Crow on the right side of your screen at 546. Cam wants to go to the lead. He wants to be a number 1 seed. So 565, 547, 546. Okay? So those 3 are pretty much locked in to the top 10. We can pretty much reference that right now and just go ahead and call that as we see it. That is a done deal. The rest of the information is TBD. So I'm going to put a check mark next to their 3 names. Okay, Blake Walsh is up in 4th. He's at 461, but I want to tell you 10th is 402. And Walsh is not off to a great start this game. Walsh got 84 in the 5th, so he is not safe. Kendrick Siders is next at plus 440. And he's letter C over here on 19 and 20. He can bowl 237, which I believe that would be enough. So Siders is looking pretty good in 5th. Jason Miner is 6th. He is letter B over there. He can still bowl 243, so he's looking pretty good. Kyle Rosenberg is next in 7th. Rosenberg is letter A here on our main pair, and he's at a mediocre start here. Excuse me. Rosenberg is actually on 17 and 18. And Rosenberg is off to a good, he's got a 5-bagger. So Rosenberg is looking pretty good here to protect his score. Garrett Meadows is 8th at 426 over. Meadows is, where is he at? Letter C. So Meadows is off to a really good start. So Meadows looks like he's protecting his spot. Bobby Hebetler is not anywhere close to here because he's the biggest mover today. So we'll have to keep an eye on Bobby's score. He's 9th at plus 413. Then Dawson Peterson is 10th at 402. Dawson Peterson is down on Keaton Ostrowski's pair. Pollock and those guys. Peterson, letter D. Looks like he can bowl 244 still. So he looks okay. Then you got Boog Kroll down there, who is the first one out at 395. Then Robert Vader at 394. Ryan Julian is 13th at 394. Actually tied for 12th, excuse me. Julian is not going to make it. He's right here. Brady Stearns is at 392 along with Keaton Ostrowski. Still possible. Then you got Dentlinger and Venom. Venom's up right here.
Yes.
Venom is at 381. Can bowl 246. Still has some life. Chris Hill is up next, 18th at 376. And Hill went spare, 5-bagger, 9-spare, 9-spare, 8-spare. Best he can do is 246, which would take Hill to not enough. So I'm going to say Hill not enough. I don't know what Barris has going. Pollock, Albrecht, Bloomquist, Finley, those guys. If somebody bowls 300, they could make it interesting. But right now, it looks like Magnuson, Robarge, and Crow. Who's going to be our top seed? Blake Walsh needing a strike. Gets it there. Robarge can finish with 244. Magnuson can finish with 258. And Cam Crow can finish with 267. So it's kind of a shootout to see who's going to be in the top three here. Again, Walsh is fourth at 461 and should be okay, but he's pacing 184. Which would take him back to like 45 over. Cam 610s. Remember, Cam's in third. He's chasing Robarge and Magnuson. But he's only chasing Robarge by 1 pin and Magnuson by 19. Big shots coming up here for these top three. And Blake Walsh needs to get all he can. You know, Blake can still bowl 214. Kendrick Siders over here finishing out 237. If he strikes on this ball, bottom right of your screen, that's 237 for Siders. So he was fifth. He's going to go to 477. Siders is at 477. $477 for Siders. And he's in. Jason Miner, 221. If he strikes on this ball. 220. So Miner goes to 460. Which should be good. Rosenberg, letter A. It's looking good out there. Rosenberg's going to get a check mark. Garrett Meadows is on the front 7. He's going to get a check mark. Hebetler and Dawson Peterson are the folks right now I need to keep an eye on here. Robar starting to run them out a little bit. Robar's trying to get to the lead. He's 18 behind Magnuson. Get back to the lead. He was our leader coming in. Ray Wigand. Cannot get there. Okay. Just saw a decent score being bowled there. 246 for letter A over there. Robert Vader. Had 246. So Vader goes to 440. Vader goes to 440, which I don't believe is going to be enough. Ostrowski over there had 221. Not going to be enough. Pollock, I believe, had 237. Not enough. Who else is over there? Dawson Peterson. Oh, yeah, letter D. Had 222. So Dawson Peterson, 222, puts him at 424. 424 for Dawson Peterson. So actually the 440 for Robert Vader looks good. It's my bad. Coming down to it here for the potential top seed. Ooh, that 6-pin coming forward there for Kyle Rosenberg. Eric, you got a Habetler score? Bobby Habetler, you know what he bowled? Okay. Okay. I need he and Boog Kroll. Boog had 196. Boog Kroll is not going to make the cut. He had 196. Meanwhile, we do have these top three battling out for the top three seeds here. Robarge up in the 9th. Loved it. Again, he trails Magnuson by 18 pins. Magnuson has his destiny in his hands. He has control. He has ball in hand. Again, Spencer can get to 244.
Trey?
247 left for Magnuson, and again, he's got a 18-pin cushion. And Cam Crow at 546 can bowl 233. So he and Spencer just separated by 1 pin. We got Blake Walsh here finishing out. Walsh is going to make it, but he was 4th and is going to be sent down to the stepladder bracket portion. What a shot for Magnuson. He screams at the pins. He caught somebody a couple lanes down. These guys are battling it out for the top seed. A lot of money at stake. Can't blame them. Blake Walsh is hobbling. I don't know what's going on there. But Blake Walsh finishes with 193. So he gets to 454. 454 for Blake Walsh. 454. Which right now I have both Jason Miner and Kendrick Siders going around. Siders right now has moved up to the number 4 seed unofficially. Here's Cam finishing out. He can still get ahead Robarge. Robarge is going to have to do some striking here. If Cam bowls 233, that means Robarge needs 232 to tie, 233 for a W. Strike 9 spare would keep Robarge ahead of Cam, and it's the number 2 seed. Magnuson looks like he's going to be the 1 seed, provided he doesn't do something terrible here in the 10th frame. Garrett Meadows can bowl 279. Which would take him to 505 over, which would make him be the number 4 seed. And I believe that first one in the 10th actually gets him to be the 4 seed.
Yeah, but who's second? Spencer?
So a big move here for Meadows. Spencer gets the 7 to fall. These guys are all chirping right now. This is great. Chirping in a good way. They're all bowling right there next to each other. And that strike there, 9 spare here for Spencer, would keep him ahead of Cam as the number 2 seed. And that's if Cam strikes out. So it looks like it's more than likely going to be Magnuson, Robarge, Crow, no change as our top 3 seeds. And it looks like this big game by Garrett Meadows is going to vault him to 4th. Blake Walsh is going to fall down a bit. Kendrick Siders looks like he's going to be 5th. Jason Miner 6th, and that's with a few scores not coming in yet. Got Rosenberg. Did I put the Rosenberg score down? I did not. Kyle Rosenberg had 267. I need to put that in. 267 gives him 495. Rosenberg 495. Now he goes to the 5 seed. 495. Uh-oh, Spencer gets 8. So if he bowls 230, if Cam strikes on this ball, we have a tie for second. We would have a tie for second because Spencer is ahead of Cam by 1 pin. I don't know how we determine second and third. I don't know how we do that. Cam's got to have it for a tie. And gets 9. So now if Spencer makes the spare, he stays in second. What a great game for Garrett Meadows. He jumps all the way up to 4th that game. So 279 gets him to 505. Garrett Meadows gets to 505, and he's going to be 4th. Still waiting on a Hebetler score and Brady Stearns score. I need those scores. Spencer here, this is for the number 2 seed. He is the number 2 seed. So Cam bowls 232. Cam gets to 578. 578. And then Robarge bowls 232 and gets to 579. 579. Now, Magnuson right now needs 215. He needs 215 to stay in the lead. He needs to bowl 215. So if he goes 9 spare strike, that's 216. So he needs a good count, mark, and a good count, and he'll be the lead. Robarge at 579, Crow at 578, Meadows at 505. And that strike right there is going to solidify the number 1 seed for Kevin Magnuson. So he will be 1. Spencer will be 2. Cam will be 3. Meadows will be 4. Those are my for sure scores that I know right now. Now I need Eric Littig to get me some scores. He's looking right at me. What did Habetler bowl? So Habetler bowled 216, which got him to 29 over, 429.
Yes, sir.
429 for Habetler. All right. So who do you have jumping in? Vader at 440? Dave Dentlinger bowled 258. Dentlinger bowls, you said 258 for Dentlinger? So that would take him to 44 you have? Wow. My guy Dave Dentlinger gets the plus 444. Okay. So you've got Magnuson first, Robar second, Crow third, Meadows fourth. Fifth, you then have Rosenberg. Sixth is Siders, yep. Who'd you say? Minor? Walsh, eighth. Vader, yep, got it. Yeah, so Dentlinger would be 9th and Vader would be 10th. And then just missing is Habetler and Dawson Peterson. Okay. And what a great finish there by Magnuson, our top seed. He bowls 247, which gets him to 612. 612. Nice tournament. Nice tournament there for Kevin Magnuson. So our number 1 seed is left-handed. Our number 2 seed is left-handed. Our number 3 seed is left-handed. And then we've got some righties that start to come into play. Garrett Meadows in 4th. Kyle Rosenberg's left-handed. Let's see. Kendrick Siders. All right. Jason Miner. Blake Walsh fell down a little bit there. Dave Dentlinger jumps in 9th. Vader in 10th. That's what we have currently right now for you, everybody. So a lot of action going on. I appreciate Eric Littig's assistance in getting me scores. And with that, I think I'm going to conclude things here, everybody, and get ready for the next round, which will start a stream here probably in about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit sooner. I certainly do appreciate everybody tuning in to the Cashers round of the 2025 Ebonite Winter Classic here at Cadillac XBC, home of the PWBA this summer, the Bowlers Journal Waterloo Open, June 5th through the 7th. Make sure you check out the Pro-Ams. Also want to make sure that I thank the proprietors here and the entire staff here at Cadillac XBC, as well as Joe Engelkis, Rosie, and Jennifer for running a great tournament. So that's going to do it for this round. We'll see you here shortly with a new stream. We've got 10 great players. Scores should be high, and if we see anything like we saw here in this last game between the top 3 bowlers who all have a lot of respect for one another, we should have one heck of a finals here this afternoon. Going to be a lot of strikes, good scores, and